What is going on? You are listening to episode 251 of the Nintendo Powercast. I'm your host, N64 Josh. Player 2, Eric. What's up, dude?
Hey, what's going on? And what is up, NPC fam? It is your boy, Hate Zero, your hero.
Player 3, Crawler's muted.
What?
No, we hear you now. Your mouth was just moving, but no sounds were coming out. It was matching.
Oh, it was because I was saying Hate Zero, your hero.
Oh.
he was singing along.
I was going along
like
with it. Yeah, yeah.
He was just mimicking. Okay. Well, that's good. It just threw me off. Perfect.
But hey, how's it going? And it's Crawler coming at you.
There we go. All right. I was waiting for it. I'm like, come on, don't leave us hanging. It's the new year, same you. Let's go.
Same me.
Let's go. Let's go. All right. Well, guys, that music you just heard is from On Being Human. You can check them out on Spotify and YouTube. If you want to get yourself a free book from Audible, head on over to audibletrial.com/NPC and pick up something awesome like Blood, Sweat, and Pixels, Ready Player One. The chair I'm sitting in, they're currently $20 off, plus free shipping, plus an extra $10 off by going to n64josh.com/OPSeat. And if you want to get my book, Another Castle, head on over n64josh.com/anothercastle. Now, I'm going to read you guys something real quick, okay? This was sent to me back in October. This is a listener of the show. I'm not going to say any names just because, you know, I want to be respectful of that. But this is a message. They said, I don't know if you get these messages, but I just read your blog on limiting beliefs. So very true. I put a post up about that. It says, hey, also, I wanted to let you know that your book made a huge impression on my son, who has a sensory disorder. He is in special needs classes, and your story really brought out the confidence in him, especially when it comes to stepping out of his comfort zone. He made huge strides this weekend in trying something new, despite his aversion to loud noises. Thanks for the great book and great words of inspiration. So, I just want to share that with you guys. It's a new year. I know for myself, when it comes to like my mental health, Januaries are always a hard month for me. I think people have different months that are difficult for them depending on the season, things like that. This is the first January in like 10 years that I'm like so pumped to be alive and like ready to just take on life. So it got me excited. And because of that, I really just wanted to like go check out my book. I think it'll help if you're dealing with this kind of stuff, right? If you're dealing with the depression, you're dealing with need some motivation, things like that. n64josh.com/anothercastle. Okay, there you go. You can also get it on Audible. NPC.
I got the OG one, but it doesn't look like that anymore.
Oh, that's true. You do have the OG one. n64josh.com/audible takes you directly to the book. You can get it for free on Audible if you want. So that's that. Let's get over to the announcements.
Hey, listen.
Okay, I want to let you guys know the patreon.com/n64josh. I am throwing up more exclusive content for you guys. There'll be little posts here and there, you know, pictures, motivational stuff, streaming tips, content creation tips, things like that. Head on over there, just $1. And I do want to let you guys know, my goal for this year is to be able to quit my job. That's my goal. That's my goal.
It's a good goal.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the actual goal is to start a new job, not just you could quit last year if you wanted to.
That's true.
But food and a house are good things.
Yeah, they're good things. But I think this is my year. So if you want to help with that, if you believe in what I'm doing, patreon.com/n64josh. I appreciate it.
You're knocking on the door. You just got to let somebody answer it. That's what it is.
That's true. It's true. So here we go. We'll get into what we're playing. All right. Hey, it's a 1-up. It's a 1-up.
That's new.
Hey, you know what? I don't ever start this. I'm going to start this. I've been playing some Switch games. Okay. I just got done playing Pokemon. I got through my second gym.
Wow.
And just dominated. Like, I think I'm going pro, honestly. Like, that second gym had nothing on me. Like, my little green monkey was just slapping all the fish, So apparently grass is good against water types.
I sent you a chart. Didn't I send you a chart?
It's more fun if you don't know going into it, right?
That chart had reading.
All he does is just ask chat and they tell him, so. Oh, well. I sent him a chart. He's got multiple monitors. He can have one up.
I mean, some of it's pretty intuitive, right? You have to water plants. You can't burn plants. Like it's all, some of it's intuitive. Some of it gets really crazy with like the fairy types and what but
Cayman has a good point. The chart required reading.
That's what I said. That's what I said. There was reading involved. So, loving that. Of course, we played some Mario Kart because, Nintendo's just going to keep that game alive forever. We got like new Mario Kart. You can win like 2,500 gold coins, right?
Yeah, good luck with that if it's anything like last time.
Yeah, there are some pros out there, so be careful. But I got Dragon Quest. I haven't started yet. I got The Witcher 3. Watched it on Netflix like everybody else. Was like, okay, I should play this game. Why did I not play this game sooner? Like, I don't know. I've had it on my Xbox.
It's like 300 hours.
So here's the deal. I've mostly been playing it handheld, which I know, like, I did my research ahead of time. I'm like, okay, here's what's funny. Is Witcher, if you type in, is Witcher worth getting on the Switch, is how it autofills on Google. Like, it was right there. So a lot of the reviews were like, of course it doesn't look as good. Like it's not going to. Right. Early on in the game, like I have zero complaints, right? I mean, there's some pop-in things like that, but like I'm not missing any of the story. I can still see what's going on pretty good, even in handheld.
Have you been to a big city yet?
Not a huge one, and I did have somebody message me saying later on in the game, some of the stuff slows up a little bit and gets a little tougher to deal with. So, so we'll see. But as of right now, I have an article up on n64josh.com. Like, I'm having fun with it. Like, I'm really enjoying it. So definitely not a game that's safe to play at work, I don't think. Be careful.
I think I saw there's like a total of 8 sex scenes in the game.
Oh yeah.
Something like that. So
the language is interesting for the time period and everything, because it's just like very modern, So
well, it was translated from Polish, so you never know.
Okay.
I think that's what the original book is written in, is Polish.
Oh, interesting. Okay, cool. Cool. So been playing that. Got into Marvel Ultimate Alliance over the holiday with my uncle. That was fun. Deadpool's a riot. Like, Nolan North just absolutely kills the voice acting with Deadpool in that game.
And you had saved this completely, right? You hadn't played it?
Correct. What I did play, I started over. I think I might have played I did a first look for like 15 minutes, right? And that was it. I don't even know if I did that because I think I played the demo and first looked at the demo back when it came out.
Yeah, because you had an E3 first look, and that was, I think you were, and that's a fairly early on level that you showed off at from E3.
Yeah, so jumped into that, did pick up the DLC for it. Didn't get that, like we were trying to just beat the game. And there's some stuff with that game that's really great. The cameras, wow. The cameras can be atrocious at times.
And you were playing local, right?
Yeah.
Or were you guys doing ad hoc local?
Nah, just all on the one screen.
Yeah, that's rough. Don't do that.
With 3 people at one time.
Yeah, because the camera just pans way out and it's impossible to find your character, and it would
get stuck behind walls.
Oh yeah. It's easier when you're by yourself and it's only focusing on you, and it is a fun game to play online with other people, but yeah, it can be challenging.
Oh, that's good to know. It's good to know. He might end up picking it up or something. So, but yeah, so it was good to like, because I've had this weird thing when you stream games, you're like, I should be playing this if I'm playing this, I should be playing it on stream. And I finally was like, okay, I just want to play. I just want to be able to like chill and play. So I'm like, I'm not streaming any Witcher, and I'm glad, because the very opening scene, I was like,
it wouldn't be for your channel.
No. So, yeah, it's helped me kind of like, I've taken a little step back from Twitch. I'm still going to be doing it, but like, it's been nice just like playing games to either one, write about or two to just relax with. You know, it's been good. It's been good. I picked up Jedi Fallen Order. I did pick up the DLC for Battlefront 2 as well, and did play some Xbox. I played some Halo and things like that. Like, I don't know. I felt like over the holidays I got some good. I didn't like lose myself in a game like for a long period of time, but like, it felt good to get back into just like a hobby versus just the continual just play enough to talk about it and get some content out there. You know what I mean? So it was cool. It was cool. Crawler, how about you?
I played. The Discord started talking about Mario Kart probably about a week ago, and I think I hopped back in a little bit, and I've been playing some of that. Got my VR up above 16K, so I'm feeling good about that.
Nice.
But it's always fun just to jump back into there and race a little bit. I got some new Hot Wheels Mario Kart cars for Christmas. They're adding cars.
Yeah, I got some too.
Like Tanuki Mario and Toad and Koopa Troopa and Wario and Waluigi, I think, and yeah, so
and Blue
I'm seeing
Yoshi.
them. Yeah, I'm seeing them around. So I'm playing that a little bit. Dragon Quest, I got a little bit further. I love booting it up every time because it treats it like a television show that haven't been watching for a little bit, and it recaps it for you every time, which is pretty awesome. So it kind of recaps your story for you real quick right before as it's loading in. So that's nice, especially like for you, Josh, or something like that, if you take a break and you come back and you can remember what it is.
I think more games need that. Like Quantum Break, I never finished because it didn't do that. And not only do they need to recap some of that,
even with the TV style that they had, they didn't recap anything.
They didn't recap, and after a while, if you don't play, you forget how to do all of these cool skills. So it'd be nice to like be able to bring the tutorial back at any given time. But that's cool that they offer that.
Yeah. I'm trying to think what else. I got into a PC game called Escape from Tarkov, which I've been playing like the last 5 or 6 days. Totally brutal and hyper realistic gunplay. But yeah, other than that, I mean, just a little bit here and there. I have like all these games to play, and I'm crippled by indecision. So go back to Mario Kart, and that's usually a good go-to.
Agreed. Eric, what you been playing?
So over the holidays, had a lot of family time, and we played a little of everything, but the biggest hit with the kiddos was Mario Kart and Minecraft, to no surprise, and a big bummer was Mario Party. Even the 4-year-old did not enjoy Mario Party. It just wasn't fun enough for him. Personally, I have been playing a lot of Xbox, but I forgot to mention before the show, I did decide to finally start Astral Chain. And I'm probably, 3-4 hours into that now. And it's a pretty solid game. And now that I'm kind of in a lull on the Switch and I don't have anything coming out till Animal Crossing that I know of, I'm hoping to sink some time back into that game because it's pretty solid.
There you go. That's what I have so many to go back to.
I guess on Christmas Day I played a little bit with my brother-in-law as well, somebody I don't get to see very often. So we played some Smash and some Mario Kart, and then some more family that had I think he was 3 or 4, saw Mario Kart, and I turned on all the assists or whatever, and we did a race. And so I might have a new Switch convert there.
That's great. That's great. Yeah, we did a Christmas Eve, which we did the 23rd. We played some the little kids played some Mario Kart. I didn't get in on it, but they jumped in for a while. So
you can put them in their place, though.
That's true. That's true. Like,
if one of them starts getting cocky, just come in there and rub their face in it.
He's 4, like, come on. He's trying to drive backwards, and the assist won't let him. So.
Yeah, the assists won't let you take shortcuts either. It's kind of annoying.
Yeah,
is it annoying though? Because how often do you play with the assist?
That's true. It's bad that it's defaultly on when you're
Yeah.
an adult human that wants to play it.
You know what? I bet you there's people that are listening to this that are like, "What?" Yeah, if you start the game when you pick your cart, hit the plus button and turn off your assist by using the triggers and things like that. A lot of people don't know. I've had people that are like, "Man, I can't."
How'd you take that shortcut?
Exactly, and I'm like, "Well, you turn your assists off. What are the assists?"
And unfortunately, you can't turn it off in menu. You have to do it in a race, which kind of sucks.
You can. When you pick your cart, hit the plus button, and then it'll allow
you can do it there?
Yeah, you
Okay.
can do it there.
They don't do a good job educating people about that, because I
No.
thought you can only really do it in race. But
No, you can do it then, but because it also shows you like your stats on the cars when you hit the plus.
that's
button.
true. Yeah, I remember seeing that now.
Yeah,
It's hidden up in the top corner though.
you're correct. It's very small, and it's like it doesn't even. It's not the.
It doesn't even
greatest
have words.
indicators.
It's symbols.
Yeah, exactly. So if there's a little, like antenna on the back of your cart, that means your assists are on. So turn that off. If you picked up Mario Kart for Switch this Christmas or something, turn that off if you want to be able to do the shortcuts and go faster. So I will say, apparently I said antenna wrong. Did I say it wrong?
Antenna.
Yeah, most people say antenna, but
In?
antenna works too.
Oh, so, great. We're gonna get another bad review.
It's fine.
Just start saying Pokemon's all wrong.
Say it for me again. Say
they'll
it
forget.
for me again.
Huh?
Say the word again.
Antenna.
Antenna.
In?
N.
Just N? Just the A is silent?
The English language makes no sense at all. Like, how do you say thermometer? Are you a thermometer guy?
It's aluminium, right?
It is in the UK.
Yeah. Great. Well, sorry, everyone.
That's at N64 Josh.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, do it there. Don't do mean comments or mean reviews. Just add him on Twitter.
Yeah, that's fine. One day I'll learn to talk. Someday. Lastly, about Mario Party, like everybody gives us so much hate. If you need something fun to do in that game, go play the baseball. It's a blast with 4 people. It's super fun. Super fun.
So I think the biggest problem I had with Mario Party, all of the mini games are fine and they can be fun. Don't get me wrong, but it's too slow. The game's just too slow in general. So like
the board game.
Well, even outside the board game, playing the mini games, it doesn't go fast enough to keep a 4-year-old engaged. You know,
and I forget, with the mini games, you have to play the board game initially to unlock it, to even play it as just quick play.
I couldn't tell you.
I know I went through and I know I went through and unlocked everything, but it was a slog to do it. It wasn't fun.
All right, let's get to some news, eh? It's not an antenna? Man.
It can be an antenna. I mean, who's going to complain about pronunciation of things, right?
People
regional dialects and everything.
Not Nintendo fans, I can tell you that.
Yeah, Mario, whatever.
Right. Great. All these, I'm like almost 40 years old, and I'm like, I've not been saying that word right my entire life. Super awesome. Super great. All right. Crawler, hit us with that news.
I kind of moved everything out of news because I think we can just mainly have some good discussions about stuff. But something that dropped, I don't even remember what day it was, but Animal Crossing got a new trailer. It initially was a Japanese trailer, and then like a day or half a day later, we got the Western version of it. So I have a link in the show notes to the new trailer on Nintendo's YouTube page. And it also shows off the box art, which is pretty cool at the end.
Oh, okay. Cool. I watched the Game Explain breakdown of the Japanese trailer. And I didn't even, I kind of looked for the North American trailer. I didn't find it. So I haven't seen that. Same trailer, I assume.
It is. Yeah, it's just not Japanese subtitles, I think.
Right. Okay. Huh. Interesting.
Because they're speaking what's the official language of Animal Crossing? Animalese. The
I have no idea. If it has a term, I've never heard it.
I don't know. But that's
Okay.
what they're speaking in the trailer, so there's subtitles on it.
Yeah, right. Of course. Of course. So, worth noting, January 1, Nintendo's like, well, Animal Crossing's coming out in March. It's like, that's the only thing they're giving us right now. There's like, we're seeing stuff drop for indie games periodically.
Well, and it's a known quantity, too. We know it's coming in March.
Right. Yeah.
That's all we know. I mean,
Yeah.
between now and March, we don't know.
Well, and by the end of February, we're guaranteed to have our new Smash character. Like that's their own self-imposed deadline when they launch the Fighter Pass. So a direct. I mean, the rumor is that after we're having a Pokemon Small Direct tomorrow morning, I think it's 6:30 a.m. Eastern, or sorry, 6:30 a.m. Pacific time.
Yeah.
So adjust for that. So
9:30,
7:30, 8:30, 9:30, respectively, as you're going through the U.S. time zones here. But the rumor I've been seeing kind of online is that we're gonna get another direct, possibly like the week after or something like that. That's gonna maybe outline at least the first 4 months of the year potentially. And I mean, there's got to be some Wii U games possibly because we got Mario early in the year last year. That it would be really nice to get 3D Mario World. Is it 3D Mario World? Is that what it's called?
3D World.
Land.
Just Super
3D
Mario
World, okay.
3D World.
Yeah.
Yeah. 3D Land was on the DS.
DS. Yeah.
3DS.
So I mean,
3DS.
that's a
Kirby Geek. Well, it's 3DS or Mel. She will come after us. It is the 3D. If you call 3DS
but yeah,
a DS.
but that's our other like kind of big topic as well. Is there's a Pokemon Direct. I think maybe this is gonna fall flat for a lot of people because they're probably gonna discuss Pokemon Sleep and Pokemon Home or whatever all that stuff is that they teased last year.
It's a 20-minute direct though. There's got to be more to it than that, right?
They're gamifying you going to sleep though.
14 minutes is just watching somebody sleep. It's
Yeah, you go to sleep. That's the game. You go to sleep. Big whoop. What? Who cares what happens when you're sleeping? You're not actually playing a game. You're sleeping.
They got to sell you on that $20 thing to put on your pillow.
Hey, I don't think that's going to take 20 minutes. I think Pokemon Sleep will be a 3-minute section of it. They've got to be announcing something else.
I mean, I would like to see, and I think a lot of rumors I've seen is possible remakes. So I think announcing some kind of Let's Go initiative going forward.
Is pretty much worthless right now. Pokeball's just sitting there. They're still selling it for top dollar.
It was on sale on Black Friday. I got a second one for like $20 on Black Friday. But
I wish I should have got one just for the fun of it.
Yeah, it's a way to get Mew too as well. Not Mewtwo, but Mew
also. Mew also.
So, well, we're gonna talk about it. We'll get into it further after we get through the news. Do you have? I don't have the notes open right now. Do you have the Splatoon and the Mario Kart stuff on there?
I do not.
Okay, I'll grab that real quick.
Okay. Another thing, I'm sure most people have seen this. CES is going on right now, and I believe it was yesterday, Tuesday. Alienware showed off their new prototype, and it might look familiar if you are listening to the show and own a Switch, because it is, I believe it's a bigger screen. I believe it's 10-inch screen diagonally, and it's obviously higher resolution a little bit because the unit itself, I think Josh, you said it costs $1,000.
I thought that's what I saw. Let me just Google that real quick to make sure, but I thought I saw $1,000 price tag.
But yeah,
I mean, it's not surprising being an Alienware Dell product.
So this is a Dell product from Alienware. It's called, I think this is just its name. It's called the UFO. It's got detachable controllers that can come together to make one controller, or it can be handheld. It's supposedly a machine that's built to play AAA computer game, like games built for a computer. So I'm wondering if there's going to be limitations eventually, just because I don't know. It's obviously got to have a laptop GPU in it, because it can't have a full-on like RTX card or anything like that to do all that processing. But I think it will eventually hit limitations. But it's very interesting because this is, I think, ideally what people are hoping for with like a Switch Pro or something like that to be able to play those AAA titles. And this
Did they
is
say what the OS is going to be on it? Is it just going to be Windows 10?
I'm assuming it would be Windows, the current version of Windows.
I don't love that.
Well, I mean, and the thing is, Windows is built to be a touchscreen interface, so it can handle that.
Yeah, that's fine. Whoever wants it, you're welcome to buy all of them.
Yeah, that's a lot of money for something. I don't know if it's going to have a longevity to it that can withstand how fast CPU game, or like computer gaming, like desktop PC gaming moves.
So it does
Yeah,
dock. Did you guys mention that? It docks also?
So it's a Switch. It's essentially a Switch.
Yeah, the article I read was like, I don't know how Nintendo lawyers aren't ordering a cease and desist like as we speak, but
yeah,
I don't know how strong their patent is, I guess, but
so when the Razor's Edge Pro launched way back in 2013, the base model was $999, like $999. For that price, you got a Windows 8 tablet, blah blah blah. The premium tier bumped you up to a Core i7, up to $1,500.
Wow. Just spend your money and buy a desktop
Fast
PC.
forward, the Switch is $299. So that was the Razor's Edge, okay? But then all it says is for UFO's pricing, we would expect pricing between $500 and $1,000, but that's just speculation. So, yeah, that's they did not mention the actual price, but yeah, it kind of I think it looks like they butchered an Xbox One controller and then put the parts into it. It's what it.
Yeah, it's angular a little bit as well. Like it's got sharper lines on it.
Yeah, it's interesting.
I gotta tell you, parents are gonna be super upset when they buy this, thinking their kid's gonna play Mario on it. Like,
Yeah, truth.
this is the worst Switch on the market if you think about it. Doesn't even play Switch games.
You gotta get those ROM hacks going, I guess, but watch out for Nintendo coming after you.
All right, so real quick, I'm just going through Nintendo's Twitter. We got 10 million playable courses in Super Mario Maker 2.
Mm-hmm.
To celebrate, you can now upload up to 100 courses to Course World. So that's cool. Still seeing some support for that game. On January 17th, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe North American Online Open begins. Events.nintendo.com if you want more information. Daily top 8 win 2,500 My Nintendo Gold points. Okay, so you better understand the meta of Mario Kart, and yeah, you better know the shortcuts.
Yeah, good luck.
And
hope your room fills up. That was the problem I ran into when the last time they did this.
Yeah.
Is it's those online tournament. You're gonna get a tournament code to put in, and then it's dependent on you getting into a full room to get max points. And if you don't get into a full room, even if you win, you aren't getting max points, and you aren't going to be at the top of the leaderboard.
January 3rd, Nintendo tweeted out there's only one more week until Splatoon 2 North America Online Open Winter 2020 kicks off. Get your Squid Squad or Octo organization together and register today for a chance to win a trip to California to compete at Genesis Smash.
That's cool.
That's the Twitter account. I just read it. Like
when did that tweet go out?
January 3rd. The 24th is when Genesis 7 is, I believe.
I was gonna say that's quick.
So, yeah. The other thing Nintendo's doing, worth noting, is they're tweeting out different trivia questions or little things like kind of showing off some of the old school games for the Switch, the NES, and the Super Nintendo stuff. Like things you can do in Pilot Wings, and like who is older, Mario or Luigi?
Oh, I saw that one the other day. Yeah, it's Mario by a few minutes or something like that because they're twins.
Yeah. And then what is the color of Princess Peach's dress in the original Super Mario Brothers? You guys know?
What was the question again?
What color was Princess Peach's dress in Super Mario Brothers?
I knew the answer only because of you talking about it with Smash.
Right.
Yeah, I don't remember.
What,
I don't know the answer.
White dress.
Yeah, red and white.
Okay.
Red and white. So, yeah, there you go. Is anything else from news?
That's kind of it. We can just start going into talking about what we think we've already kind of touched on a few of these things, but move kind of into talking points.
All right, here we go.
Here we go!
Okay, Pokemon Direct. Let's start there. We kind of touched on it. We got sleep and home. People are talking about. Personally, I think it's way too early to even mention a Go game at this point, a remake of Go, with Sword and Shield only being not
2
even
months.
2
2 months?
months old yet, right? Was
Yeah.
it November, October? I don't. It seems to me. Here's what I think. Here's what I think they should do. Not that I want them to, bend to the wishes of the super angry mob that was out there in Pokemon Land, but to throw out some more Pokemon as a little bit of free DLC, right? Just kind of, and then if they want to do some DLC for this game, if it was like another 4 gyms or something like that, like add a little part to the world, something kind of cool, I don't know how all that works though. I say that, but I don't know how all that works. The Pokemon would have to be free and the extra content could be paid, right, as far as the gym, because when it comes to competitive, if they put Pokemon behind a paywall, I have a feeling the internet will burn it down.
I just don't know how well this game is set up to receive additional content. I don't know, because the map is kind of set. I've played through the gyms and I did that. I know there's post game stuff and I've kind of stopped playing. I need to go back in and kind of go after some of those other activities to do at the end of the game. But I think this might, if they're going to talk about Sword and Shield, I think they might start talking about Pokemon World Championships and kind of outline like the competitive scene and how it's going to move forward potentially.
Delmonic in chat says there are 35 Pokemon in the code that aren't in the game, so I imagine some of those, if not all, will be released.
Gotta love those data miners.
Oh yeah, they ruin all the fun. They ruin all the fun. I'm looking forward to this little direct, right? I mean, if they did announce something for Go, I mean that's fine. Like, I don't know what it would be. I have no clue. I don't even know what's next, right? Gold and silver or something.
So you're talking Let's Go, because I think this is going to be kind of Go centric, because it's home and sleep are tied into the app that is Pokemon Go.
Oh, okay.
I think we don't have Galar region Pokemon in Go yet, do we? So maybe that could be an announcement as well, that they're updating the Pokedex within Go, and then they also talk about sleep and home and all that kind of stuff. I think that's going to be the bulk of this direct.
Got it. You got your 2 cents, Eric?
I'm so out of my element here. I wouldn't be surprised to see them do a new Let's Go something or another. I know it is pretty soon off of the last one, but I don't know if those are targeting the same Pokemon players. Sword and Shield is for the more traditional Pokemon player, whereas I imagine the Let's Go's are targeting more of the casual fan base, the younger generation, or some of us older guys who have nostalgia for the old games, or who are just weaker Pokemon players like myself. So I wouldn't be surprised if they do that. I won't be surprised if they don't. It's so. I really hope it's not just sleep and home. That's my hope. I really hope it's not just that.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure.
Are
Well,
you
I don't even
sure?
really know what home is, but I can tell you sleep is. I really hope it's not just that.
I don't know. I'm excited to play this game while I sleep. Hopefully they level me up and
I'm sure they will.
That's yeah. I
Because I think home is just another way to use the ball, right? And sleep is a new thing.
Yeah,
It's a new peripheral.
wearable device or something.
I hope it's a whole Pokemon pillow.
So if you're a bad sleeper and you have like sleep apnea, do you level up less because you're not
Yeah.
getting as
Because
good as
you're
you?
You're bad at
sleeper.
playing. You're bad at playing that game.
You are
Right.
Yeah.
man. I'm at a disadvantage. You can't put on your
Can't put on your
CPAP. Be in trouble.
sleep.
And Josh is gonna have a hard time because he only sleeps like 40 minutes a night.
That's true.
So he's at a distinct
This
disadvantage.
is not a good week for me. I went to bed at 11:30 on Monday night, got up at 2:30. Went to bed at 11 on Tuesday night and got up at 2:30. So I'm like,
You just got to get a weighted pillow and just put it
Over my
a weighted
face?
blanket and just put it by your pillow and leave the thing on.
yeah, I think so. I think so. Yeah.
Or, teenage kid, just throw it on them when they sleep and let them level up for you.
Right.
Delmonic's correcting us here because we're all out of our element. Home is the new Pokemon Bank replacement because that was something they weren't bringing forward or something. I think it's a pay service that you have to pay for.
And it says
Okay.
he says once you transfer, you can't transfer back to any games except Sword and Shield. Oh. Yeah. That's what the graphic they released indicates anyway. So.
And that was back from their June or whatever press conference that they did.
Yeah, at that point, it almost
Was that in
seems
June?
like
I don't even remember when that was. Maybe it was September.
I don't remember, but at that point, I feel like if I was really into Pokemon and I still wanted to be able to play some of those older games. Now, I don't know how many people still go back and play and want to have the stuff that's in the bank.
Well, they stopped because you don't get to bring forward to Sword and Shield now.
Right.
I mean,
but if they're going to
they
transfer
keep them in there.
It'd be nice if they just duplicated them, right? So that you could still have your bank and do your thing with your other games if you wanted to, and then have the stuff work in home that works with Sword and Shield.
Yeah, hopefully they'll clear stuff up then here tomorrow. Because I think that community is really looking for answers because it was just a graphic like we were talking about back then.
Yeah. So, Animal Crossing. It's gonna be here before we know it. Are you guys? I can't. Are who's getting excited for this? Anybody?
So, I have New Leaf, but that was like my first entrance into it because I hadn't really ever played it. You gave me a million bells that one night and just loaded me up and let me kind of go wild.
Yeah.
I haven't played much since, so I'm sure my town is in disarray and people are leaving left and right. But I do have this pre-ordered. This is one of the last games I ordered when my gamer club was expiring, so it is ordered. And I think with the community that we have here and on Discord and with the show and all that kind of stuff, this might be the most engaged and able to. We can have kind of our own free market trading back and forth with people, and it might get me engaged a little bit more. Hate.
So here, it's kind of weird with Animal Crossing. I loved the GameCube game, but I don't know why. And if you asked me why I loved that game, I really don't have an answer. And because of that, it's hard for me to get hyped for this. I am certain that I'm going to enjoy it, but when I watch the videos, nothing about it really looks fun to me. And that's the same with the GameCube version as well. Like it doesn't strike me as a game I want to play or a game that's fun, but for whatever reason it is. So I don't know how to answer if I'm hyped. I'm definitely going to get it, and I truly believe I'm going to have fun with it once I start playing it. But I don't know. It's so hard to. Animal Crossings are such a weird. I kind of liken it to, what was that game came out on Switch? It's like Minecraft, Animal Crossing combined.
Oh man, my
Stardew
Valley?
Stardew Valley. I loved that game. That's a game I played like 40 hours on the Switch. That's a lot for me. but I couldn't tell you why. It wasn't particularly good at anything. It wasn't great at anything. It was just kind of good at everything. The combat wasn't engaging. You're farming. Like, I don't know why it's fun. I can't explain it, but it is. So, I'm thinking Animal Crossing will be that for me as well. But I just can't explain it. I really can't.
It's just a feedback loop. That's all it kind of is.
Yeah, I mean, there's. I'm not sure what it is. I don't know what it is about the Animal Crossings that are so engaging. I don't want to pull weeds, I don't, but
Josh gets a beautiful town and then he yells at you if you run in it. So
Yeah, do not run. You will not be my best friends in Animal Crossing if you run. Because best friends can destroy flowers, but non-best friends can't, I believe. And yeah, it's therapy. Exactly. Yeah, it's just one of those games like you can, you sit back instead of leaning forward. That's it. Like sit back to play. You sit back to play. Here's the thing. I strongly believe this game is going to be massive. Massive. Because all they've shown us so far is that you're on an island. But if you look at some of the artwork and things like that, you can see there ends up being a city back behind, from what it looks like anyway. So my assumption is that eventually we're going to be building that city so those other shops can come in. Can we leave this island?
Or it's like Survivor and there's a production crew back just the other island away and they have you on this one just to keep you there.
And there's islands all around that you can see. So is that your friends? Can you go over there? Because
it's up to 8 people can be on one island if you invite them.
And what's the game called? New Horizons, right?
I believe so.
Yeah.
I have it.
Sounds like exploration.
They may not. This could be possibly the upgraded version of the island from the old games, and then you go back to the mainland and still do normal Animal Crossing. Like maybe I'm crazy because it's been so long since I've watched like the direct on it and stuff like that, but like there's gotta be more than just island life here, because
you start in a tent and I think you eventually work your way to building a permanent residence there.
Mm-hmm. Now they do show in the different directs and stuff, they show you crossing rivers and things like that.
Yeah, because you got the pole to leap across stuff.
I'm just wondering if it's like, hey, build your island and then still go back to the mainland, and you basically have 2 houses at this point. I don't know. I'm not sure.
Tom Nook just sells you a really bad vacation. Because that was the original trailer was Tom Nook travel agency or whatever.
Right. Yeah. So I'm very curious, actually. I mean, I'm making like mild predictions, but like, did I say that right? Predictions.
Yeah.
So.
Well, it's not predictions.
That's
too much emphasis there. It's just predictions.
Not predictions though, because that gets me bad reviews.
No.
Not per. Okay, so.
There's already been enough bad cat stuff already this year or last year.
Yeah.
I want to go back to this because I think people are gonna assume that I'm not excited for this game, and that's just not like Viva Pinata, another example of a game I really enjoyed and can't explain why, and kind of falls in the same. Actually, I'd really like them to, Rare to make a new Viva Pinata and put it on the Switch. That'd be awesome. I enjoyed those. Can't explain why.
We just need Rare Replay on Switch is what we need.
Yeah, that would work too. And maybe Cayman's right with the therapeutic. Yeah, I'm excited. I will definitely day one Animal Crossing. I will probably sink a ton of hours into it. It's just hard for me to get hyped for these types of games off of videos and trailers. And until I put my hands on it and start getting into the game and start buying my own stuff and building my own stuff, it's kind of like all of the trailers kind of lost on me.
I got you.
So I mean, I definitely think we're going to hear some further details about this in whatever January or early February direct we get. But do you think? Obviously, I think we're going to see a new SKU. Do you think we're going to see two with a regular Switch and a Switch Lite, Josh? Because I know you're on the hook already to have to buy one of these once it comes out.
That's funny. One.
Oh yeah, at least one.
Probably three, at least. The thing that makes me think it will be a dockable Switch is the fact that you can do so many people on the island at once. Now, obviously, ad hoc would be a thing as well. So maybe that's the way they're. If that's the angle that they go, then it would probably be like just like the Pokemon Switch, but and be a Switch Lite. Yeah, my gut feeling is this game has been so sought after, it wouldn't surprise me, and I think it would be a good move for Nintendo to sell both of them because. Oh, I just said both, by the way. I add an L to both.
Both.
Right.
Here's my prediction, okay? Since you're getting all wishy-washy on me, I'm going bold. We're getting only a Switch Lite Animal Crossing because they don't want to sell you a old Animal Crossing Switch when the Switch Pro's coming this year. What? Transitions for the win.
Hey, he actually opened the show notes.
Hey, look at that. I sure did.
Okay, Switch Pro. Talk to me. $1,000?
It definitely can't. Yeah, maybe it is the alien where it's just under an alias right now.
The only question people have, will it have Joy-Con drift?
Well,
presumably, yes.
If the light is any indication, yes, it will.
Did we hear more than one report of it having drift?
I don't know. Yeah, the only things I've really seen is that it's using the same internals. So if that is true, then the drift is inevitable, right?
Yeah, it's blame Cheetos, guys. Like that's what it's Cheeto dust.
Yeah.
Stop eating Cheetos.
You gotta eat them like Josh with the
chopsticks.
Chopsticks.
Yeah, you don't get
you
Cheeto.
just pour them into your mouth.
Well, but then if one touches
touch
my beard, then it's like Cheeto dust to the. No, I do not like getting dirty by food. No.
How do you eat chicken wings? We're getting way off topic.
I only eat boneless wings so I can use a fork.
Oh no, you're missing out. Boneless are great, and at Applebee's right now you can get all you can eat. Not a sponsor, but bone-in, they're really good too. So back to the Switch Pro. All the rumors are pointing at Switch Pro this year. There's multiple rumors. What do you guys think? Do you think it's real?
I don't know. I'm skeptical of it, but I have seen numerous rumors about people writing articles and other things about it. The latest one I saw said it might hint at when Breath of the Wild 2 is coming out, and that could be a day and date kind of thing. And I don't know if it's the smartest thing to launch an updated system, because Xbox and PlayStation already did that. And I think it's a hard sell to sell an updated system on a year that we're getting two brand new next gen systems that same year, unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat and we get it in September, and you can maybe wow people and get them to forget that kind of stuff is coming out in late October, possibly, or November kind of stuff.
I think they definitely have to follow the PlayStation and Xbox model, where it doesn't split the player base, because Nintendo has not been good at doing mid-cycle upgrades without splitting the player base.
Yeah, because the new 3DS could play Super Nintendo eShop games, and it was the only the new DS 3DS could play Xenoblade Chronicles and there's some other games that were exclusive to it.
Fire
Yeah,
Emblem
And don't forget
Warriors.
the original 3DS didn't have an extra analog stick on it.
Oh, that's part of the reason why you couldn't play the processor as well. But yeah,
N64 expansion pack, although it wasn't a full system. I mean that was
Yeah.
a killer.
yeah,
So,
Perfect Dark, and Donkey Kong suffered that way.
Majora's Mask. I never played it because of that.
Yeah. So, I mean, we knew early last year that they were ordering parts for a Pro and the Switch Lite. Now, I say that, but were those parts for the Pro, without me going and looking up some of these old articles, were those parts for that new model of Switch that came out that has the little bit better battery life, things like that? Were people thinking that those parts were for the Pro? The one article I did read from the guy that the analyst that says it's coming says he did report on this the year. I think that's what I read, and I wouldn't be able to even find the article because it was just something that showed up on Twitter. But he did state that he was the one that broke this, and that it's coming out. And I mean, it makes sense, but you guys are absolutely right. We can't have this if, with the Lite being a thing as new as it is, I cannot see them. I say that, but I don't know how far apart was the 2DS versus the new 3DS. Right? Like,
Yeah, I don't know. That was such a well, I guess the Lite and the original Switch are such a minuscule change as well. I guess that is kind of a good comparison there. The thing, I don't know if this is possible with the technology. I would almost say, give me an updated, like, keep the handheld unit the same. Like, they've upgraded the base, like, screen and the battery and the screen resolution on that new Switch. If it's possible, because I think somebody proved it with that, like, that USB chip that can plug into the back that makes it run a little bit better. I'm wondering if there's a way to put some upgraded technology in a more sophisticated dock, because right now the dock is mostly like 80% plastic, and there's a few things in there that transfer some signal and make it go. But if we have like a $200 dock that can take whatever signal it's getting and throw some zeros and ones at it and make it spit it out in 4K or a guaranteed higher resolution or faster frame rate, I don't know, but just add some GPU kind of computing power behind it in that dock. That would be a better welcome thing, because you don't want a Switch Pro on the go, because you're gonna have like what, 2 hours of battery life. Like, it's not gonna last. So you want something that's gonna have the 9-hour staying power that has the new Switch. But then when you're at home, you want to have that quality upgraded signal, like the graphical quality that you want on a Series X or a PS5 or something like that.
I haven't opened the Switch to look, but I mean, they could possibly make the battery thicker, make the overall screen thicker, and then just change the back or whatever so that the Joy-Cons still fit, like as if, you know what I'm saying? Almost like a little more of a comfort grip. And it could be, I mean, maybe it'd be a good thing. I don't know. But the thing, here's what I've seen in chat. I was talking about it today. People are like, I just want to be able to play Rocket League at 60 frames a second, right? Like, so I'm thinking the handheld machines should be 1080p 60 across the board. And then do like the Xbox One X, and just add assets that, like, essentially high quality mode, right? Do not start, oh, these games are only for the new Switch. Like,
Yeah.
I can't see them doing it. Everything's selling so well. I can't see them saying, oh, here comes Mario Kart 9, but it only works in this. No way. Now, I could see a third party saying, hey, Witcher, yeah, Cyberpunk, here it comes,
Yeah.
but it's not going to play on the old Switch, you know, or it's going to be so degraded that you're going to be down into it's going to be like The Witcher is now. I think, doesn't it run at like 540 40 or something. Like,
Yeah,
not
like
even-
Witcher, from what I've heard, you don't want to play in dock mode because it looks a whole lot worse than it does in handheld.
I played
Yeah,
both.
it's harder to see.
And it didn't. It was. I mean, it was fine. If I was playing it, it's like anything, right? You go, you buy yourself your TV, you hang it in your living room, you're like, oh, it looks good. You're in the store, you look at that TV next to the TV next to it, and you're like, oh man, that one definitely looks better, right?
Yeah, don't look at your your LCD next to an OLED.
No. But I mean,
So
yeah,
that's a great transition for me because that's what I want out of the Switch Pro is an upgraded screen. A little more horsepower. I want everyone to stop mentioning 4K and the Switch in the same sentence. We can't even hit 1080p on most games. So the idea of them pumping 4K it's just not going to happen on the Switch. I don't see that happening. But I would love for them to do a better screen. If they went with an OLED, it'll cost a little bit more money, but you'll get better graphics, color, and battery life out of it. Maybe get rid of some of the unnecessary bezel around the screen itself because there's a lot of empty space. And if you increase just a little bit on the CPU and GPU, I think we could hit 1080 more often and 60 frames per second more often. I don't think you go too far though, because then we do get Cyberpunk, which can be on the new Switch but not on the old Switch, and now you've got a split player base again. Can you imagine if Call of Duty came out but it's only for the new Switch? You've got 40 million people who can't play it immediately.
They kind of had that problem on 360. You couldn't play the campaign on Black Ops, or on Black Ops 4 didn't have Blackout or something like that on the last gen version or something.
Yeah,
something like that.
Yeah. It wasn't Ghost, was it? Was it Ghost?
I don't remember. It was Black Ops 3 didn't have the campaign.
Okay.
It was a while ago, I think.
And so that's what I really don't want to see. And then the other question is the price. They would have to come in roughly the same price as the current gen Switch and lower the price of the old or the light, because you've got PS5 and the new Xbox that are coming in. All speculation is between $400 and $600.
Mm-hmm. And there's a potential for Xbox to have the Lockhart SKU at like 300. So
Yeah.
if you're getting a next gen experience at the same price that Switch is currently selling at, that the only thing that drives that sales point home is first party games, but you're missing out on all those potential third parties as well.
Yeah. And that's what I've kind of said from the get-go. I don't see the Switch as being, and some people you can at N64 Josh if you think I'm wrong, but some people are going to disagree with me, but I think the Switch is the best complementary system. It's absolutely, if you're a PS fan, an Xbox fan, a PC gamer, the Switch is the best complementary system because you get something that they can't offer. You get these charming first-party games, you get the on-the-go experience. But if you're looking for a powerhouse gaming experience, you're not going to get it on a Nintendo, not this gen at least.
Look, it's the Wild West right now with gaming. We've got cloud stuff happening. We have, PlayStation and Xbox both putting up machines. Nintendo needs to do what Nintendo does best and just focus on their software, and people will buy they'll buy the upgraded Switch. I mean, it will happen. And I think I disagree with you a little bit, Eric. I think they should keep the price, make it a premium product. Don't cut any corners with it, and leave all 3 SKUs.
Just don't divide the player base.
Just don't divide the player base. Don't.
Well, so my fear is, let's say they do that. You, as a developer, you're going to have a hard time making Legend of Zelda run smooth on all 3 consoles. I mean, the Lite and the traditional Switch versus this new Switch Pro. If the Switch Pro is not cutting any corners, you're going to have a hard time making that thing, because Nintendo makes all of their games to run 100% of their systems, right? Like they get the most out of the Switch than anyone else.
Yeah, but you're just going to see worse draw distance and more pop in on the older systems.
I think it's going to be more than that. I think you're going to get a lot of judder. You're going to get tons of frame drops. It's going to be a bad experience, and it's not going to be a Nintendo experience. And that's what
But
I fear.
that was what happened on the 3DS. Like Hyrule Warriors was almost unplayable if you didn't have the new one.
See, and I fear that because that's not a Nintendo experience. Nintendo maybe isn't making games that look like Gears of War 5. But what they are making is the best experiences in gaming. You know, they're fun and they're gorgeous because of their art style. Their controls are great. I would hate to sacrifice that in any way for anybody. You know, I don't want little Billy's first experience of Nintendo to be, oh, that was a junk system. I played this unplayable game. You know, like that would, I fear that. I really do.
Well, and then you go into the whole world of uneducated parents and grandparents and spouses, and they don't know what they're buying when they buy something like that.
Well, and here's the thing, like, because game devs love to rip on podcasters because, hey, we don't make games, right? We don't. So I don't completely understand how all this stuff works, but I assume with the way we've seen the Switch, how it's dynamic, you know, frame rate, dynamic resolution, things like that, that it seems more feasible than it was on the DS, 2DS, 3DS, because of the fact that we've seen games like Witcher already come out. It runs good enough, but if you could boost those settings to 60 frame, like it just holds that. I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, it should be easy for the devs to do that. I don't know, but it seems to me that it's more feasible in this scenario than it was with the 3DS.
Yeah, I think so. And part of that is games like The Witcher and some of these third-party games, they're made for multi-platforms, right? So first-party games are at a disadvantage when it comes to that because they're made hardware specific. Now, if you change the hardware, they have to make a game for 2 SKUs, you know, 2 different pieces, 2 chipsets, 2 whatever. But Unreal Engine scales really well. We've seen that before. So for those types of games, I think it'd be pretty easy for them to lock a game at 30 frames per second, lower the textures, no problem, right? For Switch versus Switch Pro. I just fear the first-party Nintendo games. That's where I would be afraid. Because I would hate for someone to have a lesser Mario experience or a lesser Zelda experience. I think, you know, PC gamers have been dealing with this for ever.
Oh, right.
If you have a lower generation PC or a lesser build PC, you're not going to play at max settings. You're going to be playing at low, and that's okay for you, maybe.
Your game takes longer to load and all sorts of stuff.
Sure. Yeah.
But if I remember correctly, Skyrim was even affected because of it being on console. Like when they developed that game.
Well, that might be a memory thing too.
Yeah.
Because that game is so massive and loading happens all the time that could be a memory issue.
Right.
Which is another issue to run into with these massive, big games. And I think I forgot to put this, but I think I did see this last week. There was Switch controls possibly seen in Red Dead 2. So
I saw that rumor.
That could be something.
Interesting.
That'd be a great Switch Pro title right there.
Yeah. All right, hey, let's wrap this thing up here. Eric, where can we find you?
You will find me on Discord, n64josh.com/Discord. Come hang out with us. There's, I don't know, how many people are in there now? A lot?
Over 1,000.
There's a lot of people in there. So if you're ever looking for new Switch players or Xbox, or name your choice and someone's playing that game with you. Also, Twitter at HateZero.
Where can we find you, Mr. Crawler?
You guys can find me in the Discord as well. Going into this year, this 2020 year, I have a goal that I'm going to stream a little bit more. So come give me a follow on Twitch at Nightcrawler724, Nightcrawlers without the E. Same on Twitter. And hopefully I can get some streams up and going here a little bit sooner. And I have a new mic that I'm waiting to. I need to get a soundboard, but I got a new mic for Christmas, so I need to get a XLR setup and get all that going. But I got some plans for the future, so hopefully I can get that going.
Cool. Sounds great. Guys, you can follow me everywhere at N64Josh. Of course, Facebook's, you got the memes going on. Send me some memes, guys. I love the gaming memes. It's lots of fun over there. There was a great Baby Yoda meme this morning. Oh, I loved it. I was cracking up. He made a knock-knock joke and the Stormtrooper punched him.
Oh, I saw that.
I was loving that one. But yeah, if you got stuff on Instagram, you got gaming collection, things like that, hit me up. Tag me. I'll throw it up on my stories so we can showcase what you guys are doing. Because it's really kind of my big focus for this year is to help other people grow. And so I have a post on n64josh.com right now and a video up on YouTube just talking about that very thing. And there's some links you can click that you can basically submit your bio and the content you create with the links, and I'll showcase you on my site. I will say this: if there's anybody out there that wants to help me with the website to just kind of maybe upload some stuff periodically, things like that, let me know. I kind of want to start creating and forming a team for every area of content. So let me know. Maybe that even means like putting up some news articles, things like that. We're just in the early stages of this, so I don't know what that means exactly. What's Crawler's laughing? Why is he laughing?
Because Dustnot says it's confirmed that you love hitting babies.
Oh, right. Of course. Yeah. Of course. All right. So that's it, guys. We love you. Bye now. I don't love hitting babies.
That's not what you said just 20 seconds ago.
No, Baby Yoda was punched by a scout trooper.
Yeah,
They think it's funny when babies. You don't love hitting
baby
them,
is
you
still
love
mentioned in there.
But he's 50.
He's still a baby.
But he's 50.
These 50 Yoda years.
But he's 50.